While Daenerys Targaryen has been wowing viewers on Game of Thrones, her actor Emilia Clarke has been collecting a lot of money. Though Emilia's tastes aren't as extravagant as her characters, she still spends her fortune in some pretty unique ways. Stay tuned until the end to learn why Emilia's greatest charitable donation was made in a coffee shop. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to The Richest so we can bring you Game of Thrones info on the reg. Now here is how Emilia Clarke, Daenerys Targaryen, spends her millions. Before Game of Thrones, Emilia had a career that most retail associates would not have traded their jobs for. She was a working actress, but one that worked in small productions for little money. Clarke initially struggled to land major acting roles, which is painfully obvious when viewing her pre-Game of Thrones resume. Besides stage productions, her only credits were a short film called Drop the Dog, an episode of the British soap opera Doctors, and the sci-fi original movie Triassic Attack. Suffice it to say, Emilia wasn't getting a ton of attention for these roles, although she was picked as one of the UK stars of tomorrow by the magazine Screen International. The magazine nailed the prediction as just months later, Emilia premiered as Daenerys Targaryen in the long-awaited television adaptation of George R.R. Martin's fantasy series. It didn't take long for Emilia Clarke to become one of the most highly regarded actresses on TV. However, it took a little longer for her to be one of the highest paid. Salary estimates made at the beginning of the series put Emilia and the other four main actors, which include Nikolai Coster-Waldau, Lena Headey, Peter Dinklage, and Kit Harington, in the per-episode range of $100,000. But as Game of Thrones' popularity skyrocketed, so did salaries. And in 2016, it was reported that Clarke and her four co-stars signed a deal that would pay them $500,000 an episode over the show's 7th and 8th seasons, which equates to $6.5 million over 2 years. So by combining the money she's earned from Game of Thrones with that from other projects like Terminator Genesis and Solo, a Star Wars story, and endorsement money from companies like Dior and Dolce & Gabbana, Emilia Clarke's estimated net worth is $13 million. In October 2016, the actress bought a home in Venice Beach, California for $4.64 million. The 2,800 square foot home is a palace fit for the rightful queen of Westeros. Though its size may be modest by celebrity standards, its architecture isn't. Along with 2 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms, the house has giant sliding doors and a landscaped outdoor space that has multiple patios and a 30-foot swimming pool. There's also floor-to-ceiling bookcases, an open kitchen with a large island and custom wood cabinets, and a master bedroom with glass walls overlooking the private yard. You'll also find a walk-in closet and a master bath, and of course, it's only a brief walk from the beach. Though the house might seem like paradise, Emilia's not fully content with it. How do we know? Well, she's put it up for rent twice. The most recent listing was in April 2018 for $25,000 a month. It appears that she quickly found a renter since the ad was taken down within 24 hours. It's been speculated that Clarke is looking to upgrade, which makes sense when one considers the money she's earned for the last 2 seasons of Game of Thrones. But it's not all about mansions for Emilia Clarke, nor is it about buying things for herself. Like most of the Game of Thrones cast, Emilia is immersed in philanthropic work. The Anima Foundation is an organization that was launched in 2018 and raises money for specialized brain injury care and public education on the existence and prevention of such injuries. Emilia is a trustee of this charity, having donated $43,000 of her own money to help the Anima Foundation get off the ground. She's also responsible for the creation of a companion charity based in the United States, and she's an ambassador for the Royal College of Nursing. With her philanthropic work, Emilia hopes to help fund an influx of nurses specialized in brain care. It doesn't take a brain surgeon to realize that these charities were not picked at random. Emilia suffered a brain aneurysm in 2013 while starring in a Broadway production of Breakfast at Tiffany's. It appeared to be a fluke, but this fluke made Emilia much more conscious of brain fragility. Everyone gets haircuts, and most people have no trouble affording a snip, but not the snips that Emilia Clarke gets. The actress is known for the platinum blonde hairstyle which adorns her Game of Thrones character Daenerys. but this is only a wig. However, in September 2017, Emilia decided to make Khaleesi's hair a reality. She went platinum blonde. A famous person's platinum blonde dye job could cost much more than $1,200. In spring 2018, Emilia made another hair alteration, getting the platinum blonde locks cut into a bob. It seems that Daenerys is responsible for a lot of Emilia's aesthetic choices. In September 2018, Emilia got a new tattoo. She got 3 flying dragons tattooed on her right wrist, which are silhouetted depictions of her character's dragon offspring. This was done to commemorate her experience on the show after filming had wrapped for the 8th and final season. Emilia's dragon tattoo was done by LA artist Dr. Wu, who also did her first tattoo. This is a bumblebee on her pinky finger, which she got in 2015 to commemorate another acting role, the character Louisa in the rom-dram Me Before You, who also has a bumblebee tattoo. We don't know what Emilia paid for these tattoos, but something tells us that a tattoo artist that calls himself a doctor would charge quite a lot for the privilege of his professionalism. Let us change gears for a minute. Instead of telling you how much money Emilia spends, we're going to tell you how much money people are willing to spend on her. And this includes Brad Pitt. Every year, fellow actor Sean Penn holds a gala complete with a silent auction at Milk Studios in Los Angeles, with all proceeds going to Haiti disaster relief. Last year's gala was attended by such stars as Leo DiCaprio, Lena Dunham, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Patricia Arquette, Brad Pitt, Kit Harington, and Emilia Clarke. However, Emilia Clarke was also one of the prizes. Up for auction was a chance to watch a Game of Thrones episode with Emilia Clarke. The bidding started at $20,000 and quickly rose to $80,000, which was bid by Brad Pitt. He was outbid, so he bid again for $90,000. At this point, Kit Harington offered to attend the movie date also, so the bids kept soaring, with Pitt taking another stab at it with $120,000. Ultimately, Pitt could not deliver, as the prize of viewing Game of Thrones with Emilia Clarke and Kit Harington was bought for $160,000 by an unnamed couple. But Emilia Clarke also threw up her paddle in the auction ring and came out victorious, beating Leo DiCaprio in the process. They were competing for a painting by artist Josh Smith. DiCaprio bid $80,000 but wouldn't go any higher after Emilia raised it to $90,000. At the end of the night, several millions of dollars had been raised for Haiti relief. Now, returning to the proverbial celebrity splurging, we can't forget to mention vacations, which most celebrities spend insane amounts of money on. Emilia Clarke doesn't fall into this category, but she still vacations quite regularly and to some pretty awesome destinations. She traveled to Hawaii in 2016 and documented parts of the trip on Instagram. One photo showed her in a helicopter and was captioned, "Too much joy to fit into one photo." Another photo had Emilia on a beach in Kauai that looked to be private, judging by the fact that she was alone with her companions. This photo was hashtagged with quite literally the best time of our collective lives. Emilia also vacationed in 2018, this time to wind down after she had finished filming the last season of Game of Thrones. The vacation lasted 2 weeks and was also commemorated with some Instagram posts. One had Emilia fishing in the open water under a hot sun. Another was of Emilia standing on top of a platform posing like the Statue of Liberty. Get ready because we've saved the best for last. Undoubtedly one of the greatest purchases of Emilia Clarke's famous life. It occurred on October 8, 2017 in a cafe called Cinnamon in Belfast, Northern Ireland. As any die-hard Game of Thrones fan knows, much of the series was filmed in Northern Ireland, and after work the actors could often be spotted gallivanting all over Belfast. So on this occasion, a man named Kev Jackson was standing in line at the coffee house when someone stepped on his foot. This careless stepper was Emilia Clarke, and she felt so bad about her indiscretion that she bought the man a coffee. Kev Jackson retold this event on Twitter and reported that Emilia had a man waiting outside for her who looked like Joe Dempsey, the actor who plays Gendry. Jackson said Emilia left right after getting his and her coffees. He also said that she smelled amazing. Jackson may be a little creepy, but at least he gave us more evidence of Emilia Clarke being an awesome human being. That's all for how Emilia Clarke, Daenerys Targaryen, spends her millions. What would you do if you had Emilia's money? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.